You are on the channel Cataclysms. Thank you very much for your activity and support. Each of your likes and comments helps in promoting the channel. Review of events for 17th of December. 22 settlements remain without light in Ukraine because of bad weather. 22 settlements remained energized in the Chernihiv region as of 7 o'clock exactly on December 17th after complication of weather conditions. Crews of the Region of Energy are involved to the restoration of electricity supply, the press service of the Civil Service of Ukraine on emergency situations reported. As of the morning of December 17th, according to the Service of Highways, transport links on highways of state and local importance are provided. 548 workers and 353 units of equipment were involved to ensure passage from the highway service. Damage from spring fires in Chernobyl zone in April was assessed. Large-scale fires in the exclusion zone could not be extinguished for more than 10 days. Fire approached even Chernobyl. Spring fires in the exclusion zone of Chernobyl nuclear power plant caused a loss of 8 billion hryvnias. This assessment was voiced by the head of the State Agency on Management of the Exclusion Zone. We remind, large-scale fires in the Chernobyl zone were extinguished from April 4th to 15th. The resultant fire destroyed many abandoned villages and tourist sites. In the center of Scotland, Starlings staged dances on wires, causing electricity outages. Residents of the village of Earth, near the Scottish town of Falkirk, experienced brief but frequent power outages in the evenings. Engineers investigating the incident found a huge flock of starlings that occupied the power line. 1,000 birds were bouncing almost synchronously, causing power cuts. Starlings created outages with meals in about 5 to 10 local homes. Employees, repair crews who arrived at the site filmed the massive aerial stunt of the birds. It is planned to build devices that make loud sounds, for example, the cry of a hawk, a quail. It is necessary to move starlings very carefully, since the number of birds is gradually reduced due to lost habitat. The earthquake in Baikal, called the strongest in 20 years. The earthquake, which occurred on the morning of Thursday, December 10th, at the Baikal, was the strongest since 1999. The epicenter was in the Gulf at the Baikal in the Kaban district of the Republic of Buryatia. At the epicenter, the intensity was 7.6 points, in Irkutsk 5 points. Underground tremors were felt in the Buryatia and Irkutsk region. Such a strong earthquake was quite expected. The event of such energy should take place in this region once 10 to 12 years. Safer when there are several similar events than what happened in 1862, when the Gulf was formed. Earlier in the administration of Irkutsk reported that the walls of dozens of social objects got cracks during the earthquake. According to experts, there are no danger of damage. Abeko volcano on Kurils has again become dangerous for aviation. On Thursday, Abeko volcanoes, located on Paramushar Island, produced another ash release. The ash rose to an altitude of up to 3 kilometers above sea level. A plume with volcanic particles swept the wind 3 kilometers to the southeast of Ipolan. Abeko height 1,156 meters. It is located in the northern part of the Vernadsky Range, refers to ancient damped volcanoes. According to scientists, its lava eruption is unlikely. In 2009, the first phase of the eruption of Abek took place, lasting less than half a year, then Ipolan subdued, but since this time it has a high form of roll activity. The element felled more than 200 trees. In In the Chernihiv region, because of icing snow in Novgorod-Seversky district of the Chernihiv region on the road collapsed more than 200 trees. Encountering the elements, to avoid emergency situations, on the roads, prevent damage to supports and power wires. Efforts were united by regional authorities, road services and specialized institutions. As of the morning of 17th of December, according to the Department of Civil Protection, the condition of roads and bridges is satisfactory. Passage of road transport is provided, the equipment works on duty mode. In Antarctica, unusually high seismic activity was detected. More than 30,000 aftershocks were recorded in Antarctica in 3 months. Scientists consider such seismic activity unusual. The largest period of seismic activity was revealed in September, when there were more than 1,000 aftershocks a day. Analysis of the most powerful tremors allowed scientists to conclude that the speed of the Strait expansion Bransfield increased significantly, with the speed of King George Island drift from the Antarctic Peninsula increasing 8 mm here to 15 cm here at the end of August. Closest to the epicenter of seismic activity is the Argentine Scientific Research Base. Scientists attribute these kinds of phenomena to a set of complex tectonic processes occurring within a relatively small area of the Antarctic Peninsula. A winter storm has swept the northeast of the United States. Flights on the east coast of the United States are canceled in New York. A winter storm passed on Wednesday, dealing a devastating blow to transportation systems. Some areas of Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, as well as Washington and New York, were at the mercy of the bad weather. According to meteorologists, up to 60 centimeters of snow could hit an area stretching from eastern Pennsylvania to the Catskill Mountains in New York. Precipitation. The element threatens a strip of the country, where about 50 million people live. Parts of Virginia and North Carolina are expected to be covered with a thin layer of ice, while areas of the mid-Atlantic region closer to the coast will only rain. Authorities urged motorists to stay off the roads and residents to stay home. Bus and rail services were suspended in New Jersey on Wednesday. In New York, up to 20-30% of flights were canceled at 3 airports after snowfall began. The New Jersey State Utility Board said massive blackouts were also possible because of high winds. Thank you for watching the release. Special thanks for your comments and support of the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't miss the latest events on Earth.